You already know what time it is. It's Vibe Season Sports checking back with another video. And welcome to On the Record with Uncle C and Vibe Season Sports. This is a
Hey,
new thing we're kicking off. It's going to be a couple of topics that we're going over in today's sports. Anything can go, which is on the record. But of course, this can go off the record. But without further ado, Uncle C, what's going on, man?
what's going on? Welcome to the show, everyone. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, nothing much. Of course, you already know what's been going on in today's news. In terms of NCAA football, or actually everything's kind of
Right.
been in a whirlwind. Everything's been kind of
Yes.
going crazy and chaotic. So that's
Every-
why the title for today is Don't Panic. Because some people are panicking
Absolutely. Absolutely. For no reason.
for no reason at all.
I think it's the hype, man. What do you think?
I mean, one thing about it is that we saw the hype,
Right.
we saw the whole transition, and we saw it from the peak, from it going all the way down.
Yes, we did.
But the thing is, it can go back up.
Absolutely.
It can easily go back up. And that's where
Abs-
that's why we're here today. But
yes. So, you ready to kick this thing off?
yeah, man, you already know what time it is. We got a couple of topics that we have in store for you guys today. So, of course, make sure you guys like and comment. If you have any thoughts, make sure you comment below. Leave your thoughts, and you never know. We may drop the link, and you may be able to join the show.
Absolutely.
So, first things first. Of course, you see the thumbnail. You see what's on the thumbnail.
I see it. I see it. Colorado football
Skull Buffs.
buffs. So, what's the latest and the greatest, man? What have you heard lately
The latest
about
and
it?
the greatest. Well, it seems to appear that the transfer portal is a trap.
I
But
see.
but does it really seem that way?
Hmm. I don't know.
But does it really seem that way? Because from what I've been noticing, a lot of the players from the Colorado Buffaloes, they're not necessarily getting trapped. It's more so of coaches poaching them from the Colorado Buffaloes to see, okay, let's see what we can find out. I mean, maybe that's too far stretched. Maybe that's too far, but
Uh, I think you're right on it. Um, basically, man. Well, just to get into it, uh, you heard about Cromartie today, correct?
of course, that's
He, yeah,
probably one of the most head scratching portal decisions this week, or maybe this month, maybe this transfer portal series. I'm not. It's a head scratcher. It's definitely a head
yeah,
scratcher.
yeah. For those that don't know, you haven't been watching. He actually walked on to Florida, Florida Gators football. I know he wasn't getting the attention that he was wanting from different teams and everything, but he did get a chance to walk on there. I mean, this guy was on the scholarship on the Colorado. I think it was a bad deal for him. I don't know if it's a good fit. Um, I hope he does well, but I just think that he was in a good place from Colorado. I don't know about his work ethic. People weren't trying to take a chance on him per se because of his work ethic. So I don't know, man. What do you think? What's your thoughts on that?
One thing about it is if one of the best cornerbacks who ever played the game of
Right,
NFL football
right.
can't help you, that's a
Yeah, there's
sign.
yeah. It's almost like it's a character flaw. Maybe he can correct it. This is his second chance per se, to clean up those rumors.
Hmm.
Um, so I think we're gonna, as time goes on, we're gonna see, practices and scrimmages and things like that. You're gonna hear his teammates speak. I think that'll straighten out something. I hope he gets straightened out. That's just it's just a waste of talent if it just goes down here from here.
And one thing you said was work ethic. I think
Yes,
whoever you are follows you wherever you go.
right.
So if you were lazy at your first job, there's a good chance you're gonna show
You're gonna be
those
lazy
same
at your
exact yeah, you're gonna show those
tendencies.
same exact tendencies at your second job. So it's definitely something to think about. It's definitely something that I question from Florida.
Yeah,
It's almost as if it was a desperation move because like we were talking earlier today, they haven't had a winning season since 2020.
right. Since
So they're
2020.
and
Hmm.
I will bet, I will definitely bet that if Billy Napier doesn't have a
Yeah,
winning season this year,
right.
oh, he's on the hot seat for sure.
Yep, yep. It's time to turn it around, and they're trying to rebuild it. But yeah, not getting off the subject, but yeah, I just hope he turns it around. He's a young
Mhm,
man. He has a bright future. Um, you know, and with everything rumors, he can mess things up early in his career. You know what I mean? And follow him
mhm.
until he just makes some spectacular headlines, in a positive way. So I don't know. I'm pulling for him, man. I'm pulling for him, man. I'm
Right.
Uncle C is pulling for him, man.
Same here. Vibe Season Sports, we roll. We roll with Cormani. We roll
Yeah,
with
that's
McClain. Like
right.
that's he. The thing is, he's a 5-star for a reason,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
that doesn't just go away once you hit college. But at the same time, you still have to work for it. Like
right.
if he's having trouble hitting the field at Colorado, oh my good, I can't wait to see the competition
Yeah,
at Florida.
right,
I
right,
cannot wait.
right.
So it's
And yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you get it's going to be interesting to see how the coaching staff interacts with him and how
Right.
they if he does or he shows the same tendencies that he did at Colorado, is it 3 strikes and you're out? Is it 2 strikes and you're out? Is it
Yeah,
1 strike? Like what is it gonna
right.
be? How are they gonna
Yeah,
placate him? Like it's gonna be interesting to see how they, you know,
they handle him.
handle
Are
this
they?
situation.
And another thing is, are they going to be yes men? And being that he's a high profile, just coming from Colorado, and we just need this guy here. They make, in the depth chart. I'm not real sure who is there on the cornerback side, but hey, there is a need for him. But I don't know if they're gonna be yes men. Yeah, and let them get away with it, and you know, not coming to class, not coming to practice, showing them late and like you said, just to piggyback, those tendencies follow you,
Right.
and if this train doesn't produce, then who else is gonna, you know, who else is gonna give them a shot?
This is correct. I mean, I can't really call it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he transfers again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's a good fit though, and in my spirit, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a good fit, but I'm pulling
Right.
for him. And hey, let's we're gonna talk about it throughout the summer until we find out where he stands as far as that goes, because it's gonna come out early, I believe, if he's not following the standards of what they have there. Couldn't follow the standards in Colorado, so goes to Florida. If he can't, follow the standards there, then it'll just be a waste of talent, man. So that's
I
all Uncle Sealy has to say about it. Uncle C has to say about it.
I mean, I agree. I really think that USF would have been a better option. I think him being on that defense would have helped them a little bit more than him going to Florida, but we don't know the situation. Of course, I heard he had an agent. We don't know what those conversations were like, We don't know what
Yeah.
was said. We, of course,
Right.
Dub Will says so. He's a preferred walk on, no scholarship with an NIL deal. I'm pretty. See, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure he's a preferred walk on, but that NIL money, I'm pretty sure that's going to be rolling in.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at least a collective, I believe, but they probably give him a car, his apartment, What do you think?
I
I'm
mean,
not
my
sure.
my biggest question is if he gets the NIL. No, okay, let me double back. I know we
Okay.
were talking earlier today, and I stated I don't know if a preferred walk on is the best decision for him. But when I
Hmm.
thought about it a little bit more, I'm like, okay, this is Florida, and everything that he gets, he's gonna have to earn,
Absolutely.
especially being a walk on.
Right.
So everything that we see him get, he earned it.
Right. 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 Right.
So
Right.
if he quote unquote does get a scholarship, I, we can't say nothing but he earned it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I still think, hey, he's a 5-star guy. He's a big profile guy coming from Colorado. I hope they're not just yes men. Uh, I'm sure someone's there in Florida. I'm not putting down their staff or anything, but there's some credible guys there, and some coaches. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm they're Power Five for a reason. I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing, despite the fact that they are or they have been at the bottom tier of the SEC in their
Yeah,
respective section. I mean,
right.
it raises questions, but I'm pretty sure they have a better plan than Colorado,
Yeah,
especially if they're taking this chance on them.
yeah. They've been doing it a long time. Even though they've had those, you know, setback years and rebuilding, since like you said, 2020, they are still the Florida Gators. They still have people in place. They got continuity. I think they're the most. And that's a plus. I think he maybe he'll fall in with everyone else. So I don't know.
And that is true. I truly believe one of Cormani's biggest downfalls was that he had nobody to look up to at Colorado.
You don't think
Besides
so, Travis
besides
Hunter?
Travis Hunter, that's the
Hey,
only
that's all
one.
you
And
need.
and Travis Hunter, he's just in his own lane.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
in his own. You can't really follow Travis. You can, but it's not gonna work out in your favor.
Yeah, yeah.
He's one of a kind.
Hey, he could have went fishing with Travis. He could have wore pajamas.
And that's
I'm
the
being
thing.
funny.
Of course, I know. And that's the thing. When you compare a 5-star like Travis Hunter and Jordan Seaton to Cormani McClain, it's night and day.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like you see Travis Hunter doing interviews, you see Jordan Seaton in front of the camera, interacting with people, hanging out with Miss Peggy. Like
Right, right, right,
you're
right.
not gonna see Cormani McClain doing that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just not in his repertoire.
yeah. Maybe that's something he needs to groom. I mean, that's quote unquote community service, sort of, you know, hey, promotion and marketing for your school. Some people are just not in front of, it's
Yeah, yeah,
just not built like that.
I can tell.
But
I can tell by his personality, but
yeah,
I mean, you can just see the difference, and it's
right,
not it's
right,
not
right.
really alarming, but it's something to be concerned about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would agree. I would agree. I would agree. I just like I said, man. I go back. I just hope that he's a good fit for the program, and I want to see him do good because I think he's one of the top talents out here, man. And I just want him to do his thing. I don't want him to lose his all of what he could be. You know what I mean? You see too many young players come out here and make mistakes early in their career, and then things follow them throughout their career, and they don't sometimes get second chances on places, and he has a lot to to lose. That's all I'm saying. He has a lot to lose. If he don't perform at Florida, he has a lot to lose.
I
That's all I'm
agree.
saying.
I agree. There's really no way but up, but that downfall is going to be tremendous if it goes that way.
Yeah, yeah. And and speaking of NIL, it doesn't they go by evaluation, right? You know, you get money based on valuation.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
if he doesn't perform, his money, his valuation goes down. You know, performance goes down. Everything. It gets into his head, and he's not playing, and not. And see, that's what I can see. He's in the balance. He's in the balances right now. So I don't know. And I think he did get humble a little by, he was thinking that, oh yeah, I hit the portal. I'm a 5-star recruit. Everybody wants me, you know. And then he
Nah,
wasn't getting the deals. Yeah, nah, it doesn't work
nah,
like
big
that.
dog. Nope, not at all. And of
So
course, some schools they're probably calling Coach Prime, the ones that don't hate on him. They're probably calling
right,
that
absolutely,
facility and asking the coaches, "Hey, what was really the deal? What was really going on?" And of course, they're gonna tell the truth if
and
they haven't already
right,
heard already.
right, and Coach Prime is not going to lie. He's going to tell you, hey, do you want the good or you want the bad? How you want
Absolutely. Right.
it? Oh man. So yeah, I just hope he doesn't waste his future and talents and everything. Not having a work ethic, all behind not having a work ethic. And these young kids, they a lot of them want things given to them. We all know how that story goes. I'm not even gonna go down that road, but I just think that you know, I hope he does well. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's wishing on his downfall,
Yeah,
but I do think a lot of people were surprised that he chose Florida and Florida chose him, if
yeah,
that makes sense.
yep.
Because
Where,
it's
where's well, speaking of that, what are some schools just off the top? What are some schools you think probably would have been a good fit for him?
I know Memphis and USF were interested. I I honestly believe that USF would have been a better option, considering that
Okay,
it is still in Florida.
right.
I feel like that roster is a little bit more depleted than Florida, and he would
Okay,
have had a better opportunity to play. But other than that, it's definitely it's I would have seen him going group of 5 and
yeah,
actually dominating on that level.
yeah. Why not a Penn State, or a Utah, or
Utah, maybe Penn State. I think they could definitely groom him. It would take a couple years,
okay,
but he would be a strong prospect if he stayed at Penn State and waited his turn.
yeah.
But like I said
Good
before,
coaching.
man, we were we were talking about this earlier, and at
Yep.
first I was like, prefer a walk on? Like what is he thinking?
Yeah, where did
And I
that come from?
yeah, like then I thought about it and I'm like, okay, prefer walk on. Florida. They gonna make him work. Nothing's gonna be given to him.
Nothing. It shouldn't
Actually,
be.
when he goes in that DB room, they gonna be taking his chain.
That's right. That's right. He has to actually start all over again, from like being a freshman again, you know, uh, you know, carrying the laundry and probably, hazing them up.
I'm telling
They're
you.
probably not doing that for real. I'm just saying. But
I mean, probably not, but you know how it is. You know how it goes. You're gonna have to earn your keep,
that's right. That's right.
especially.
That's
And
right.
these are some Florida boys.
Yes. I mean, it's a lot of competition, man. I mean, and you got another new group of freshmen coming in, hot freshmen, you know what I'm saying, as far as football. Florida is we know how Florida produce football players. So
And and here's the thing, I know his competition is Jason Marshall Jr.
oh, Jason Marshall Jr. What does his
The
stats look
thing,
like?
they could easily play on either side of each other.
Cornerback,
He could
junior.
compete for that slot.
That's true. That's true. Who's on the other side?
Shoot, I'm not even sure.
Yep, I guess all of this is coming today. So now he's putting a spotlight on that program. So that's something we have to dig into later. Uh, See what kind of competition he has coming in. Who's coming in as a freshman? Because if he if he has a lot of competition there, you just don't know. In the coming weeks, we're going to research that a little more. We'll dig a little deeper on that.
Yeah, without a doubt. I just I just have questions. I just have
Yep.
questions. If it's hard for him to get on the field at Colorado, imagine how hard it's going to be at Florida.
At Florida, exactly. And then you got legacy guys coming in, probably. Yep, that's right. Welcome to the SEC. It's thing got real. If I may use that term, it's got real.
It's the cream of the crop. It's the
That's
cream
right.
of
That's
the
right.
crop.
Yeah, it's gonna be a true test. It's gonna be a true test for him. If he ain't never had to work for it, he's definitely gonna have to work for it at Florida. As we talk about this, I'm just thinking, just thinking about the competition side of it as well.
But of course, we
So
can always come back to this topic if you haven't heard
yes,
already.
I think yeah,
Cormani McClain has entered the transfer portal and he has signed with the Gators. So, of course, people think good decision, bad decision, whether you think either or, it's definitely a head scratcher.
absolutely.
Dub Will says the Pac 12 and the Big is not the SEC.
He's
I
exactly
mean,
right.
yeah, you're right about that. The SEC is the cream of the crop. The NFL looks at the SEC first, without a doubt. I mean, that's a arguable statement considering this
Yeah,
year's draft, but the SEC is the cream of the crop, and they're gonna look there first. So if you perform there, you can pretty much go anywhere.
you were formed anyway. Yeah, it's an NFL factory. That conference is an NFL factory. Yep. So the SEC is a good proving ground. Definitely. Can't wait to see it, man. And like I said, man, I'm very very interested in finding out who his competition is at Florida because if he's coming in, he's a walk on. He's riding the bench. That's not a good sign.
That's very true.
That's not a good sign, brother.
That's very true.
That's not gonna be a good sign at all. It's like, wow,
I
you
will
wasted all
say
that time. What's
Cormani
that?
might be the tallest DB that's coming in, but I'm not sure because it says he's 6'3". I'm not too sure that he's
Those
6'3". He might be 6'2" and a half.
Yeah.
6'3"?
Sometimes those numbers, man, they give you 2 or 3 inches, man.
Yeah. But if that is the case, he will be one of the tallest coming into that DB room, and that gives him leverage at
A
the end of the
little bit
day.
of edge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially
Because despite
hmm maybe they'll use they can use them in packages. You know what I'm saying? Say if they got a big time wide receiver, he's 6'4", you know, 6'5", they're gonna have to put somebody on him. And you got 6 foot 5'11" DBs, corners. You know,
Mhm.
maybe he can prove himself at game time or something. I don't know. We'll see.
But one thing I am going to be paying attention to is what he's going to be eating. That training table.
Oh yeah,
What are they going to be feeding him to get him up to par with SEC
yeah,
football?
yeah, yeah. I just yeah. I don't know. Yep.
Despite the fact Colorado, they promote, you know, their chef and their training table and how they feed their athletes. I haven't seen too many players bulk up over the last year.
What do you mean as far as Colorado?
Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't seen
Yeah,
too many players like put on that much weight, despite the fact that they promote this world class training table for the athletes.
yeah. I did see. I don't know if you've seen it, but I seen Travis Hunter. He did seem like he got a little bit more buff,
He
a little bit. He
he's
put on a
definitely
little bit more weight.
yeah, he's definitely more lean, more cut up.
Yeah, yeah,
But if you compare Travis Hunter to corners that are in the SEC right now, and
yeah,
their arms and their legs are bigger. Their
yeah, yeah,
their chest is bigger.
yeah. It's
No
just
Diddy.
yeah, they're a little more cornbread fed.
Exactly. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see how what Florida does to put him on that health regimen to get him up to par to where he needs to be to compete in the SEC.
Mm-hmm. Get those bruising backs in the SEC playing against Alabama and LSU and you man,
Ole Miss,
Ole Miss, yeah, yeah.
Dub.
Georgia, come on, man.
Yup. Exactly.
You
Some
mean
dogs out there, man.
yeah, the other NFL team.
They can probably beat some NFL teams.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Yeah,
yeah, I know what you mean. I see where Dub Will said that he having missed spring ball isn't going to help him either, man. It's like it's crazy too. Yep.
I mean, yeah, being in spring ball definitely gives you an upper hand. Um, a good example is Michael Welch at Colorado.
Yeah.
He um he was there early and basically ran Dylan Edwards out of the building. Perfect segue.
Yes. Absolutely. Just like that.
Perfect segue.
And that's another. This is another one. I hate Dylan Edwards left, man. Dylan was around. Everybody liked Dylan Edwards, man, and they were going to use him
He was a
in a lot
fan
more packages.
favorite. He was a fan
Yes, yes,
favorite. He was poised to lead the Colorado Buffaloes in rushing this season. They were going to lean on
right.
him in the running game, and of course, look for Shadur to win those games.
Yep. Coming out the backfield, catching passes. He was going to be an all-purpose, all-purpose back feature. You know,
Right.
I did hear that. So yep, they was gonna incorporate passes out the backfield more, and they got new coordinator and everything. So
I
guy, a
mean,
guy, a guy that brings the energy, man. He's bringing the energy every day in practice, man. Come on, that's a big loss for them, man. To me, it's still he can be replaced, but it's a big loss for them as far as offense and locker room. I think
mhm,
big
mhm,
loss.
mhm.
And he's actually going to what Kansas,
Yep.
University of Kansas, or
Mhm.
Kansas State. Was it Kansas?
Wildcats.
Yeah,
Wildcats.
yeah, Wildcats.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
So, and that decision does make sense because Kansas has a history of producing running backs of his style. So
Right.
they know exactly what
Good
to do with
fit.
him. Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
To be
We can
honest, I
see.
think no, go ahead.
Mhm. Go
I
ahead.
th I
You
think
were gonna say what I was thinking. Go ahead.
probably, but no, I think this was a better fit than Notre Dame.
Yep. Yep. I can see that, man. And then he's from Kansas, correct? So
Yep.
he's hometown state. Y- you know, guys feel good when they're back in their home state. So
It's
uh,
it's kind of interesting to note what's going on in Colorado that all these players are going back to their home state.
in my opinion, I think it's because Dion is bringing in these top recruits from the transfer portal, like guys from like Ohio State. These guys are a little bit different. The running back, I can't think his name right now. So much that has happened, but yeah, bringing in all of these more quality, not qualified, quality players from the Big Ten and these other schools. I think
Mhm.
that's my take on it. They're improving. They're improving by going through the transfer portal, of course. Better quality players, players that's been playing. They're improving. So
I mean, they did bring in Rashad Amos, who's a running back. He's 6'2", 234 out of Miami. And they also brought in Dallin Hayden, 5'10", 205 from Ohio State.
yep.
I mean, I
Yeah,
wouldn't I, I don't know if I would say that they're better than Dylan
yeah,
or that they have the ceiling. I feel like they're at their ceiling and Dylan hasn't even hit the first level.
yeah.
Like his ceiling is so much higher than these guys.
But Dallin Hayden, I researched him a little bit. In high school, this dude was like Mr. It.
Mm,
I believe it was like 2,000 yard back. In high school,
mm,
a couple times. He won all of these awards and just a good character guy as well. So
right.
overachiever, you know, good student. Yep.
You know how it
So
goes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Smart, tough, fast,
yeah.
discipline.
That's right. That's right.
As long as you
Yep.
got those, I mean, you're gonna get looked at by Colorado. But I'm
But
gonna stick.
Dallin was some. Go ahead.
I'm I'm gonna stick by what I said, and I don't know if these guys combined are better than Dylan.
It remains to be seen. We gonna find out. We definitely gonna find out.
Jose says
Yeah,
it
that's right.
doesn't
Should
matter.
do it. Hmm.
He said it doesn't matter who run the ball. Shadur is throwing 40 times, 40 plus times. Hmm.
Maybe because they're gonna have to get a balance in there somewhere. He had to. He had to last year because it was really no good running backs. I mean, they were okay. Savion and them.
I wasn't a fan of any of their running backs, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they utilized, but they. I think Dion trusted Shadua more with the ball in his hands versus
Oh
the
yeah.
running backs. Yeah, so that's just yeah. But yeah, I think it's gonna take some of the pressure off of him having pass so much. They're gonna still get his numbers because they're going in. Him and Travis are two top Heisman candidates. They're gonna get those numbers. Trust me. But I think it's gonna take some pressure off of Shadua when you have a running back from Ohio State that's an overachiever.
Hmm.
Uh, you can't sit back there and just be like, oh yeah, Shador, it's the kin on Shador. You know, and
But you
right,
still,
Dallin is 5'7", 165. Couldn't pass block.
And that was probably one of my biggest issues was that he wasn't ready to be an every down back.
Oh no, I wouldn't even have used him like that. I wouldn't even looked at him like that, man. He's all purpose, man. I think that's what they were trying to incorporate. They saw how he played, they saw his energy, and I think that Deion said, "Hey, look, we got to use him a little bit different. He doesn't pass block. He's 165, 5'7".
Hmm.
So you know, they got some bulk back there now. Save Shadur's sack ratings.
I mean,
So
hopefully that'll be an extra pass blocker for him to get the ball off quicker.
yeah,
Um, I know last year they had a problem with Anthony Hankerson and Savion Wilkerson. To me,
yeah.
those guys they could pass block, but when it came to their agility and their elusiveness, they can never miss the first
Hmm.
tackler. They never miss the first
No,
guy.
nope,
Never.
nope, nope, nope. And that goes back to what I was saying. Dion is looking for an upgrade in the quality of his running backs. So that's what in all positions really. So I mean, of course, who wouldn't be? But I think it's an upgrade. I like Dylan Edwards, great energy, great guy, could play. But I think, when you come from Ohio State and, you're a player, that's similar to the SEC.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You're a player. You come from Ohio State and you're a running back, yeah, you're a player. You're a player. You definitely can play. You already been taught.
But that brings up the question: why did he leave? Why do you think he left? If he's a
Down.
dog, if he's a
Yeah, yeah.
dog at Ohio State, why do you think he
Well,
left?
I, it's a good question. Good question. Let me think about that for a second. Why did he leave Ohio State? Why would he? Why would a player leave Ohio State to go play for Dion?
Because isn't
It's,
that the
it's
cream of the crop? Ohio
yeah,
State,
yeah.
that's a NFL
That's creme de
pipeline
la
in
creme.
itself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Um, that's a good question, man. I that's something I'm gonna have to think about. I'm thinking about that now.
I mean, I would say, I mean, every player has different reasons. We can't really pinpoint
That's true.
why certain players leave or what that certain situation was for them mentally, emotionally, fit. We don't know.
Yeah,
So a lot of pieces fall in and out of place, and players they leave for certain reasons. But
it could have been
if
coaching. It could have been a coaching change. Could have been his offensive coordinator.
right,
Hey, and I don't, it may not want to stay. I don't know. It's a million different reasons probably. We won't know.
mm.
But yeah.
Dub Boyle says Dallin had two pros in front of him.
Oh, so that's hey, yes. So
That's
that's
plenty.
probably one of the reasons. Yeah,
That's
there's plenty of
that's
reasons.
that's two reasons to leave.
Two reasons.
Yep.
Thanks, Dub Will.
That's two reasons right there.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, yeah, and hey, you know, that's a great game. That's a great game for Colorado. So, and just go back if you have a chance. Go back, you know, to the audience. Go back and look at his high school career. I believe, yeah, out of Memphis, Tennessee. This guy was an overachiever, man. So we know that he can play. He's smart, fast. Got character, has character. So we got a dog, man. We got a dog from Ohio State.
I agree. I have more hopes for him than I do for Rashad Amos
Yeah, I
because
think I think he. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I think Rashad Amos he's just here to replace Alton McCaskill.
Hmm.
Kind of the same build. He's a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit thicker, but
Yeah,
I think that was collateral for Alton
yeah,
McCaskill.
yeah. So we got a good backup to him. So And then, I'm sure they're gonna have different packages, maybe, for them. So yes, that's where it is, man. I think the running backs we're in good shape running back wise at Colorado. So uh got some experience, you know what I mean? So
I mean, we have no choice but to be. I mean, we brought in a couple guys who are arguably better. I mean, I don't think so, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. I think
I,
they're better than Anthony Hankerson and Savion Wilkerson,
oh yeah,
but
anything was a I wouldn't say anything was an upgrade. What we brought in was an upgrade from last year.
oh yeah,
Yeah, we kept dialing Edwards. That would have been a pretty good key piece, for the offense. Still,
that would have been icing on the cake. That would have been like stealing candy from a baby. Like
that's right. That's
he's an
right.
automatic cheat code on any
That's right.
team.
That's right. That's right. He's the guy that's gonna be in between the cracks. You got to play for him. You got to plan for him. You have to. He would have been a headache for these defensive coordinators. Hey, um, you know, he would have been a headache. I would say, but I don't know. Dylan may have thought, hey, it's too many people back here in the backfield. How much playing time am I really going to get?
And another
And
thing is
Dion
he's
probably was honest.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so honest with him. Hey, this is the most you're probably going to get this year. You know. So I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. He's known Dion in that family for so long.
Right.
What did he know or not know for him to leave?
He probably saw something he's seen before.
Mm.
Yeah, if you get me, he saw
Sometimes
something.
you got to read the writing on the wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he probably, I mean, he knows how Dion is. He's there for business. He's not there because I like you or
Hmm.
hey, you're my friend. I know you. I love you, but hey, look, I gotta win. I got this whole program on my shoulders. I have to win. I have to. Yeah. So it's not about I think being cool. Of course, Dion, he's trying to win at the end of the day, and whatever by any means necessary, he's gonna win. He's a winner, man. He knows what
He
it is.
he's been a winner until this season.
Well,
Cause
just
cause
if you
cause,
go
cause
back, you go,
arguably a 4-8 season, that's not really a winning season.
no, in the terms of hey, in real football, college football, no, but it's just think about in Jackson State, his first 2 years, his first season was. Uh, Then the second season he improved. That third season and fourth season he won. He won. He went to the Celebration Bowl both years.
Right.
So we got to give him that first year. It's
And
better than one and 11. So
this is true.
it's a
Absolutely.
4,000%. It's a 4,000% increase.
Right. But that's the thing though. If you really watch Coach Prime and watched his transition going into Jackson State and out of it, if you watched him going in and saw how he maneuvered the players, saw how he managed the roster, you
Right.
notice that a lot of those players that were getting off the first year completely disappeared the second year. Completely.
Mm.
I can name Malachi Wyman.
I
Uh
don't. I know he was like 4 and 8. Yeah, I don't all recall all the players, but I remember his progression through the 4 years he was there. But yeah,
right.
I mean, you couldn't have a point. He saw his personnel. He saw his personnel. He went in the first year. This is not gonna work. That's not gonna work. This is not gonna work. You're great, but you're not the guy I need. 3 years later, he won. He won it. He won the swag, man.
This is
3 years
true.
later,
I mean, this is true. I mean, he had to do what he had to do. A lot of those players, they were replaced for a reason, but you
right?
can't help but to think that when you had players who were producing on your team
Hmm.
that could have elevated themselves and your career, that you just throw them to the back burner
Right.
and you just replace them
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But
But if
that's
if
how
you
he
if
operates.
yeah, yeah, right, right, right. Either you producing or you're not, you know. I need more production out of that position, even though it was great. I got 85 and you gave me everything you got, but I need 95. Who
Mm,
am I gonna bring in to give me 95 or 100%?
right. I mean, that's true. But like I said before, man, it's Uncle C in Vibe Season Sports.
Yes,
You're tuning in to On the Record with both of us. If you don't know already, we're going over a couple topics, and this is going to be a weekly thing for us. I mean, this can go on the record or it can go anywhere, which is off the record. But with that being said, make sure you like and share your comments below. We may or may not drop the link so others can join, but who knows? We'll see where it goes. But let's get to some of these
absolutely.
comments.
Yes, let's go to comments. Let's see what's out there.
Jose says Welch, the freshman, is looking good. I agree. I think that's probably one of the main reasons why the running back room is the way that it looks now. Mainly because Michael Welch came in as a freshman
Right,
and he already looks like he's a junior.
right. He came ready. He was ready.
Like just his body build alone, he looks like he's a junior.
NFL player already.
Right.
Yep.
So to be honest, if I was Dylan Edwards, I would be kind of intimidated too, despite my speed.
Right, right, right.
Because he Welch was just running guys over in practice. So straight up, just running
Yeah.
guys over.
Yep. Yep. We just hope that that translates to the Big 12.
Right. Let's see. Hard work says, did you watch JSU? Did you watch JSU? I watched JSU. I was there from the
Yeah, I
beginning.
watched.
I
Yep.
was there from the beginning. But he also says Wyman didn't get the grades. Yeah, we know Wyman, he had some off the field issues that kind of contributed to why he wasn't on the team the following year. But I mean, I don't know, man. You can only help a player but so much. But I feel like he was just one of many players that got a bad rap.
Yeah, I think it's just upgrading. He saw, like I said, once again, I think those guys were getting, they were giving all they got, what I'm
Hmm.
saying, during that season in that position. And Deion's like, hey, that's not gonna cut it. We gotta dominate. You know his line, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
We don't just want to win, we want to dominate. That means
Right.
that you gotta be twice as good as the man on the other side of whatever position you're playing. That's what Deion means to me, from my opinion. So if your grade's not cutting it and you're not 100, you're not dominating twice over, so yep. Anyone
Agreed.
is swag. Yeah, year 2 and 3. Yeah, that's right.
And with that being said, hard work, this is kind of like a case study. We're seeing how the transfer portal can dictate a team and their wins. We're seeing how a roster turnover can equate to a winning season. And of course, this worked at Jackson State. But when you get to Power Five football, it's a little bit different. You can take away all the guys on a SWAC team and just bring in mercenaries, just bringing them in the SWAC, just bringing them in, and you can easily roll through the SWAC. Especially,
Uh, dis- I disagree. I disagree, man. Swag.
ooh,
I
ooh.
disagree. I agree with you a lot, man. I do. But on that one, nah.
I mean, if you bring in Shadur Sanders, Shiloh, guys, guys from that have played Power Five football, maybe even Group of Five, and you're bringing them to the
Hmm.
SWAC, you're gonna have a winning season. Now, if you try that at the Power 5 level at Colorado, it'll improve your team,
Right,
but
right,
I don't think it's gonna work as well as it did on the SWAC level. Like
right,
there has
right,
to be
right.
way more hands-on coaching. There has to be way more um operations involved.
Grooming operations. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah, you need more key players and key positions with great skill sets, um, as well. Like you can, I see what you're saying. You can plug and play a little bit more with with the swag. I
Hmm.
understand that. That's true. But with Power Five, you have to really go across the board because you're dealing with quality. That's like the cream of
Hmm.
the crop. Power Five. I mean,
Right.
this not
Right.
saying that they're a better school, but it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Better players,
Right. Better facilities.
better
Like,
facilities, everything goes into it. We know how that record is played. So yep,
12-1. Doug Will is dropping stats on us,
yeah, yeah. I appreciate it, Doug. Will, you are the man.
but he also said I should do my research. So we'll see. We'll see what type of time.
All right.
We'll see. Oh, that's actually hard work,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
hard work.
appreciate that. CU was losing by 36 before prime. I mean, I think it's a known fact that he improved the team from top to bottom.
Right.
Maybe we had a couple misses the first year, but it's a known fact that he improved the team. It's what he had to do. Like he
Right.
wasn't joking when he said hit the transfer portal. The very first meeting.
Yeah.
Go in the
Yeah.
transfer go in there.
He brought in his own dogs. You know what I'm saying? He got it. To me, like if he had to go percentage wise, okay, they were at 50%. When he brought his Louis, he improved everything by 70%,
Mm,
75. So this year, just to go back over with Dallin Edwards and everything, those guys they were good. They came up, they were okay, but he's going 95 and 100% now.
hmm. And
Just
with
using
that,
percentages, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of use it as a metaphor.
yeah. And with that being said, it's a make or break year.
Yeah. So I think that like I said, man, he got some that running back. He's an overachiever, man. That's what Prime is looking for. Somebody else commented here.
BK Alaskan says this new kid Brandon Hood is looking like a dog. Yet to be seen if he is all the way healed, but Georgia was hard on him. Was on him hard. No diddy.
Hmm. Yep. Brandon Hood.
Yeah, Brandon Hood, cornerback out of Auburn, I believe. I, I'm I'm pretty sure he has a brother as well who's coming out of high school and also signed with
Oh,
Colorado.
for real?
Yep, two more brothers
Oh,
coming in.
okay,
I'm
okay.
pretty this that makes it like 6 or 7 sets of brothers that are on this team.
Is it that many?
Yep,
Wow.
which is crazy. I might have to do a video on that, but it's probably about 6 or 7 brothers that are on this team playing together.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that. That is
Mm-hmm.
I've just learned that myself.
Mm-hmm.
What you guys were just telling me. Three star ranked Georgia.
So it's evident that Coach Prime is creating a family atmosphere where guys can
Right.
come in and be comfortable where they may not have had that at their last school. Because it's not,
Right.
you already feel like you're playing with your family, your brothers. But if it's your blood brother that you playing next to,
Yeah.
you going all in. Like you
Yep.
really going out there and fight because you're not going to embarrass your brother. Like, come on,
That's
you're
right.
not going.
Right. 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 His brother is Colton Hood.
Colton Hood.
Colton Hood. Okay. And what position is that he played? Let's see. I gotta do some research, man. I got some research to do here. But I like that piece, man. I like what you said, man. Let's do the in the future, let's do the brothers on the
hmm
team. Colton, six
Oh yeah,
foot one ninety
Colton.
five,
Yep,
cornerback.
yep. Colton
Just
is the cornerback. I think I
right.
got those mixed up.
He's gonna have 4 years of eligibility remaining as well. And Brandon, he's a 5'11", 190 running back.
Another running back coming in.
Yep, yep. So that's another point right there that we did not know. I just found that out here. Yeah, I gotta do a little more research on those guys.
BK Alaskan says the players and coaches will be better prepared to handle all that comes with playing at a Coach Prime lead CU. At a
Coach
Coach
Prime
Prime
led
led
CU.
CU. Led
Hmm.
CU.
Yep. So
I
big
feel
deal.
a lot
What's
of
that?
a lot of players who probably play for Coach Prime the first year, they're probably shell shocked. They probably don't
Yeah.
know how serious Coach Prime can be or how he doesn't play about certain things. Because there's been plenty of videos where he's kicked players out of meetings for their phone going off or
Yeah.
having food in the facility. Some just minor
Facility.
thing, yeah, like kicked out of
Cleaning up the
facility,
bathroom. Cleaning up
right?
the
Like
bathroom.
it's the small details.
That's
And
right.
once
That's right.
players get there and they think, oh, this is gonna be cool. We got the cameras everywhere. We go,
Yep.
bling bling bling. The car, no,
Bling
no,
bling.
you got to work
Yeah, yeah.
when
Oh,
you
he'll
get
let me
here.
slide one time. He'll let me slide one
Yeah,
time.
when you get here, you're gonna have to work.
Yeah. And Coach Prime is not playing, like you said, man. He has to win. In order for him to improve, he has to improve. His players, everybody has to improve. The whole, you know, everybody,
Players,
everybody,
players,
everybody, the coaches.
right?
Don't forget that, he even got rid of the coaches, bro. He was like, "Yo, you
Players.
ain't
That
doing."
man, that's a whole different topic, to be honest.
It is
Because
checkbox.
we haven't even
I
talked
know.
about Sean Lewis, and
I know.
that's a whole different topic. So,
Checkbox next. When
man,
we that's coming. That's coming. That's
oh
coming.
yeah, that's definitely coming.
That's why we're getting ready now. We're gonna have a lot of exciting topics to talk about here. Today is May 15th, so lots of things are coming down the pipeline here.
Man, this is just the beginning. You already
Just
know.
the beginning. Absolutely. There's another comment.
Hard work says FSU 12-1. All were from the portal. We have seen this movie before. Coach Prime will win big this year. Did you
You're
say that
right,
last year?
hard work. You're
Did
right.
hard work? Did you say that last year? I mean, it's just a question. Did you say that same thing last year? I'm just curious. Jose says, Dub, you right. The first year, 4-8. This year, I see us winning 10 games, maybe, and maybe the playoffs.
We
How,
definitely
how,
make the playoffs.
how,
I'm making this statement. They're gonna definitely make the playoffs.
oh, is this on the record or off
Yeah,
the
yeah.
record?
This is off the record right
Oh,
now. I caked up, man. I caked up.
oh
No, no.
man.
Actually, let me think about that. Give me 2 seconds. I'll say on the record. I changed my stance. I changed my stance because because of Dion gon' yeah. I think on the record, they're gonna make the playoffs, man. But and see the reason why I said that too is because they're expanding the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. So it's easier to get into the playoffs now.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it's more chances to get into the playoffs now. They're expanding it. So yeah, I would agree. I thought about it. I was thinking about it like, the old playoff format. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, they're expanding it. So yes, that's on the record.
Hmm.
So
It's
in 7 months, 7 months down the road, hey, you quote me.
yeah, we gonna put that on record. We gonna come back
Yeah,
to this
that's on
video
record. Yeah,
and
yeah.
see the record and see how that lined up with how they did. So,
Right, right, right. And we
but
can do a show. We can do a show all on the record. How many on the records we go back through our shows and hey, let's see. Maybe we give a prize out or something. I don't know. What do you think?
shoot, you never know what can happen. You never know.
Off the record.
Right, right. But
Oh man,
one thing I will say
what's that?
about Jose's comment is we don't see a lot of teams that go from 4-8 to a 10-11 game winning season. It's usually a gradual climb.
Right, right,
It's usually even the best coaches, they had a gradual climb before hitting that 10-11 game winning season. Or
right.
unless they completely inherited a roster. But you know how that goes. It's kind of rare.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so I will say they would improve and they very well might make the playoffs. But you can't make the
It's
playoffs.
doable.
You can't make
Right,
the playoffs unless you get through the Big 12.
right.
And
There's only a couple of teams that I'm a little weary about, but
right, a lot of people say that it could be a cakewalk, but I'm not too sure that it's going to be as easy as people may presume.
no, I think it's a couple of teams in there that's going to that's going to be that I'm kind of worried about right now. So
Hmm.
we'll see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But I think they'll be good enough to make the playoffs. Definitely make the playoffs. How far? Mm, no, different question. Different question. Definitely make the playoffs. I mean, and we got Travis Hunter. Don't forget that, man. We got two-way player of the year. Travis is gonna
And
change the game on a couple of those games, man.
he's definitely a dog.
He's he's
He's
he's gonna
definitely a
change a
dog.
couple. Yeah, he's gonna change a couple of those games, man,
Hmm. I agreed. One or two plays, and he can change the whole trajectory of
of a game.
the remainder of the
Couple
game.
of yep, couple of fourth down stops, third down stops, interception. I mean, if he can get two, average two a game, something like that. Like just, I mean, he gonna have stops, but
I mean, with that being said, who do you think, or what position do you think Travis Hunter is better at? Wide receiver or corner?
I think corner because he, I mean, playing wide receiver, you understand certain things and routes and things. If you play both, you know what I'm saying, you can see on both sides. Well, if he's a cornerback and he can read what that wide receiver is probably going to do, say like a lower tier or lower quality wide receiver, he knows the tendency. He's gonna figure out the tendencies. Well, if I was a wide receiver, either I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right, or whatever.
Hmm.
I think Travis has an instinct for that, and that's why I think defensive DB, his better position would be DB.
Mm.
And then you saw last year he got hurt, man. I think it should be like 70-30. He played 30%. Play only when they need him on wide receiver. But I think you just stick with DB and play, 70-30.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
my only my only concern
What's
is
that?
his speed
What do you
because
mean?
There's been plenty of times that Travis Hunter has gotten beat on defense purely because of his speed,
Mm-hmm.
and a percentage of that could have been because of fatigue. But one thing about fatigue is that when you get tired, you rely on your technique.
Right.
One thing about Travis Hunter's so good. He barely needs technique. He barely
Yep.
needs it. So when you see him out there, he plays so free
Yep.
that when he gets tired, he can easily get caught up.
Yeah. But Travis is a mental guy too, man.
Hmm.
He's a dog, man. He's a dog, and he will get tired. He probably won't let you know, but you might beat him. You'll catch him drifting a little bit, maybe. That's when you said that he got beat a couple of times. He was probably drifting a little bit, probably tired. But he's a dog, man. He's like, I'm not gonna quit. You got me, okay? Gonna get yours a little bit. But I tell you what, you make a mental mistake, Travis Hunter mentally is going to go after you, and then that's why I was just saying like he'll be able to decipher certain things from playing wide receiver. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm sure he's a tape watcher, you know, you know. So he's gonna
Oh
find out
yeah.
tendencies Dion's teaching him, man. So
Oh yeah. Just a different type of breed. Like
yeah,
he,
yeah,
he's not like any other football player.
yep.
Like on and off the field. Like nobody else is wearing onesies
Yeah, I know, right?
in video and being completely comfortable and not caring what anybody else has to say.
And
And
he,
then go out there and catch an interception and
I
and run
know,
it
I
back.
know, I know, I know. Like I said, it's mental, and Dion is handcrafting that dude, man. To me,
Mm.
and Travis is just happy, man. He just want to go fishing. He just want to hang out with his girl and go fishing. He ain't worried about no bling bling.
Right. He don't care
And
about none of
he
that.
stays, yeah. And like I say, he buffed up a little bit. Got his, buffed up a little bit. Uh, maybe I'm sure he worked on his speed.
Hmm.
Um, and just understanding defenses and I mean offenses and everything. Yeah, I just think that I think it's gonna be better this year, man. I think he needs to play DB 70%, at least 70%, 30% offense. Only in the fourth quarter, I can say only in the fourth quarter. Maybe like when the game is very tight, we need you out there. They're gonna have
Hmm.
to double team him. That means that the defensive coordinator didn't plan for him like that. He ain't played much in the game offense. That defensive coordinator is gonna have to plan for him. Um, or he's not gonna be really prepared. I can say he can be prepared, but that DB that's been playing the whole game, he's gonna be tired in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes left in the game, seven,
Hmm.
and then they put Travis Hunter in every snap
Hmm.
or at least two snaps per
Game
per
changer.
drive. Every time, yeah, game changer. Because mentally, he's a dog, man. He's just a game changer, man. He's a game changer. Yep.
But I mean, I can't really wait to see how he does in the NFL or where he goes. One thing I will say,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think Shador, Travis, or Shiloh will run the 40 at the NFL Combine.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Why you say that?
Why Shador has no reason to run, even though his dad ran and ran it out off. He ran out the building,
Yeah.
but Shador
He
doesn't have
jumped
that
on
same
limousine.
speed. Shador is elusive, but he doesn't have that
Yeah.
straight line speed to really show off at the combine. So I don't really think that's a concern for him. Shiloh, I don't think he would jeopardize his stock like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Travis, the same thing. I don't think Travis is that straight line fast. When he has the ball in his hands, oh yeah, he can make some guys miss and hit the jets on them.
Yeah.
But that 40 speed, I don't think that's gonna look too good.
what is this? Do you know? I mean, you may or may not know. What's
I
this?
mean,
What's this for? What's this?
I've
What's
seen
the last?
I've seen videos on Wolof, and of course, you can take this with a grain of salt. You have to take Wolof media videos with a grain of salt because they only show us what they want us to see. But
Absolutely.
when they ran the 40, you saw Coach Prime go to Travis and be like, it's okay, Travis, it's okay. You'll get him. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like you'll get him next
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to cheer
yeah.
him up.
Right. You're not gonna win every play. I mean, that's impossible. But
So
95% of his plays, he's gonna win.
I
Because
mean,
why? Dion said he's him.
that's just what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
But everybody believes that they're gonna have a 10-win season.
yep. And then, like I said, man, they expanded the playoffs like crazy, man. If you don't make the playoffs on this one,
Hmm. And like I said, it's a make or break season.
yep,
Shador is leaving. Travis is leaving. Shiloh's leaving. You
who's
got a couple
leaving?
more guys leaving.
Can you answer this? Can you finish this sentence?
Sup?
After Shiloh, Shador, and Travis leaves, Coach Prime will stay at Colorado how many years or how much longer?
I give him 2 years.
2 years.
I give him 2 years. Maybe one.
You think so?
Because Jordan Seaton, that could become his next protege, like his next son figure.
What about all
And
these guys he's recruiting though? Like, and hey, I'm going to be here. What is he telling these guys? I'm gonna be here for the next 4 years.
I mean, of course, he says that he wants to stay in Colorado. He wants his face, what I'm saying, in the
Yeah,
mountains. But that's all coach talk.
yeah, that's true.
Of course they're gonna say that. He has to say that, whether he believes it or not.
Yeah,
He said a lot of things at Jackson State that didn't come to fruition.
yeah, yeah.
So
But
you have to really take it with a grain of salt. I mean, I want to believe him, but you never know what can happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then with the transfer portal the way it is, you know, it's just real liquid.
Hard work says pulling for you guys. It's a blessing to see another channel. Please keep up the great work. Hope to see you at the CU game this year. Speaking of that hard work, you just might see us.
That's right.
You
That's
just
right.
might.
Yep.
But we
Just
gonna go
might
over
see
that.
us.
We gonna
Yep.
go over those details.
Yep.
That may be a whole nother video, but you never know.
And yeah. And then off the record, here it is. Uh, we're going to have some people or some name brand people. We hope to have them on the show here coming up.
Oh
Or
yeah,
we go.
that's cooking.
Yes, we actually. I'm not gonna go into it, but we do have a list of names that we more than likely be able to have on the show. And these are some players and things. So coaches. So we're working that piece right now. So you guys stay tuned in the coming season here because we're gonna have some headliners coming on this show. Unbelievably. So we're working on it. We got it. We have it cooking. So
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that. We got a crazy lineup coming for you guys. Of course, Uncle C, well renowned, individual in the area, knows a lot of people.
man,
Knows a
I'm
lot.
small
Knows a lot of
potatoes,
folks.
man. This
Knows a
I'm
lot of
using
folks.
connections and resources to try to pull people onto our show, man. It's nothing, man.
Man,
I'm just little Uncle C here.
we might see Drake up here, man. You never know. You might get Kendrick and Drake up here.
Yeah, off the record.
Hey, that's how far your reach is. That's how far the reach is.
So stay tuned, guys. Just seriously, just we're gonna see can we bring in some of those guys, man. So stay tuned.
But yeah, man, appreciate you hard work. No,
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. All the guys tuning in.
yes, sir. Then we got Dub Will still going strong. And
Yep.
Woku is the other set of brothers.
Will.
Like I said, 6 or 7 sets of brothers on his team.
Wow. That's
Like if that,
unbelievable. I don't
if
think
that that's unheard of.
that has, to my knowledge, that has never happened. Maybe two sets at the most, two sets of brothers.
Hmm.
But you said seven,
6 or 7.
six. Wow. And how do
Amazing.
you, yeah, how do you pronounce that?
In in
Lakwa,
Woku.
Nwaku,
Chidozi and Woku.
Nwoku. Okay.
Yep. And he's
Nwoku.
he's on a defensive line and he should be a premier player on the defense. I think he's gonna come in and light up the defense. I think he's gonna do considerably well. Um
Okay. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
he was a wrestler, super strong kid, knows how to use his hands. So that's gonna be an
So he
asset
has.
on the defensive line.
Yeah. He's gonna have technique.
Hmm.
That first move, them arm movements and things, wrestling. Oh
Yep.
yeah. Oh man.
Coach Prime already stamped him NFL. Already gave him the
Wow.
stamp.
Man.
So that's gonna be super exciting to see.
Yeah. Man. Somebody
Dub
else that
Will,
will.
Rob Livingston is going to have those boys flying around for sure.
Yep.
How do you feel about Rob, the new defensive coordinator?
Yeah. Yeah. Um. I need to do a little more research on them too, man. It's just so many changes, man. It's sometimes hard to keep up with all that stuff, man. It's just, I don't know a lot about him. What do you think?
I mean, I can't I can't knock a guy for getting a new job,
Right, to always better yourself.
but there was so much hype around Colorado and them getting a defensive coordinator that was gonna blow our minds away
Mm-hmm.
that I truly think that that plan fell through and they had to go with Rob Livingston. I'm
Okay.
not saying he's a
Okay.
bad pick, but I think that Coach Prime had his mind set on someone else,
Certain
a certain
top 3,
pedigree
top
of
3. Yeah, yeah.
coach.
I would agree.
Nothing wrong with Rob.
Nothing,
Nothing
nothing.
wrong with Rob. He's well renowned. He has hell of experience. He knows how to talk to. He's a player's coach. He knows how to talk to the guys. Everybody who's worked with him has stamped him.
Right.
So I
So that's
mean,
that's a good thing. If he made Deion Sanders' list, may have not been the first choice, may not have been the second choice, but if he made his list, that's a good sign. Just yeah. Yep. I'm gonna do a little more research on him too, man.
he came from the Bengals. Apparently, he interviewed extremely well. He knew what he was talking about. Coach Prime gave him like a scenario where he would set up or he would scout the opposing team's offense, and he blew it out of the water.
Okay.
So that was probably one of the main reasons why Coach Prime was blown away because he's on point. He knows what he's talking about. He has NFL experience.
Right, right. He's
And
he's probably seen everything thrown at him.
you know what's gonna blow you away when I tell you
What's
this?
that? What's that?
He's a native of Hendersonville, North Carolina, and he's a
Oh wow.
graduate of William and Mary.
Wow.
Hmm.
I did not know that. I know where Henderson, North Carolina is. That's off of
Yep.
what, 85? Yeah.
Pac-Man
Okay.
Jones said Pac-Man Jones worked with him, stamped him, said he's a great coach. He knows how to talk to the guys. So I
Man.
mean,
Yeah, yeah. So he
mm,
he he that means that you said he played at Women Mary, or did he just coach at Women Mary?
he played safety at William and
Played
Mary
safety.
from
Okay.
2007 to 2009.
Okay.
Is
So
that a
he
connection?
played, yeah, he played
Off,
under
off,
Jimmy Layclock.
off the record, is that a connection? We can.
Maybe.
No,
That's
I'm just
local. That's local. So
yeah, yeah, we can do something with that.
we may have a connection. Somebody know somebody. The man
Yeah,
next to the
yeah.
man.
Just
Maybe
asking around.
we can. Yeah.
I know how you do. So
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna follow. We're gonna follow that.
yeah, see what's up with that
it's,
one.
it's so many guys came from Women Married, man. Such as
Pipeline.
yeah, like Mike Tomlin.
Yep,
That's around the time of Mike Tomlin. No. That was later. Mike Tomlin, B.W. Webb.
yep.
Um,
Remember that name?
who else was it? Shouts out to Coach Mike London. He's out there now doing it up.
Yep.
But yeah, when Mary, that's Jimmy Layclock. Laycock was the coach out there for many years, and that's a good pedigree. Sean McDermott played
Yep.
under Laycock.
Hmm.
So you got to think about the guys that those guys that played together, and then some of them, they're coaches now, great coaches in the NFL. So it's a good
Mm.
pedigree. So
But I mean, considering considering that this is going to be his first year coaching NCAA football,
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Because not only is he coaching his first year on defense, but on offense, you got Pat Shermer, and this is his first year coaching a full season of college
yeah,
football.
yeah,
I mean, it kind of worries me that Pat Shermer, he says all the time, like it took me a while to get used to the rules and the game of the NCAA. It said it took him a couple months to know that you only needed 1 foot to be down in college football. That kind
right,
of makes me worried a little bit. But
yeah,
other than
yeah.
that,
It's an adjustment. Yeah, it's an adjustment. But yeah, that's why they practice hard, man. They practice how they play. So it's gonna be Coach Prime gonna have it drilled in their heads. Trust me.
hmm
Uh, I think somebody commented. Is that Darren Jennings?
yep, Fayetteville, North Carolina in here. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to
Dennis,
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
yep.
Whoop whoop.
Dennis Thurman was going to be the DC, but I think he didn't like the cold weather. That's definitely an interesting topic to discuss
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because Dennis Thurman was probably one of the most knowledgeable defensive minded people on that team. And we just let him go to Hawaii to be a
Oh man,
defensive
excuse me.
coordinator.
Yep. He was a beast and playing for my team, the Cowboys. How many Cowboy fans out there, y'all? Y'all shoot y'all let me know if you're a Cowboys fan. Cowboys all day, baby.
Shit, I can't even talk. I
Off
can't
the
even
record.
talk.
Off the record.
I can't even talk. But man, that's something interesting to discuss because we could have easily made Dennis Thurman the defensive coordinator.
Yep.
He has NFL experience. He played in the NFL. He coached in the NFL. He led Jackson State to one of the best defensive performances they've ever had. So, oh man, we lost him. We lost Uncle C. But we're gonna keep going. He's probably gonna join back in. He had one of the best defensive performances he's ever had in a season. So we can only question the fact that Why did Dennis Thurman leave, or why did we let him leave?
Yeah.
Uncle C,
Yes, I'm here.
back in here.
Yeah, actually, it logged me off or something. I don't know.
All good, all good. But yeah, we're just going over Dennis Thurman and why we let him leave to go to Hawaii when he easily could have been our defensive coordinator.
That's true. Well, once again, I think just I think that might have been a two-headed sword there. Two-headed sword. He didn't like the weather, and then Deion said, "Hey, you got me here, but we're gonna upgrade quality." But like I said, he was one of the best. I tell you. So
So after, so let me ask you this: after a season, if you were a coach and you had the season that you had with at Jackson State with the defensive coordinator that you had,
right,
wouldn't you want to keep him, or wouldn't you
yeah,
trust him enough to lead your defense in the exact same way?
absolutely. But there's something I don't know. Who knows? Something went on. Maybe something that Dion didn't want. I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Because it kind of makes sense. Because it's like, okay, if I got a job offer in Hawaii, come on now, it's Hawaii. It's Hawaii.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that's enticing. We love Colorado, and we love the cold weather and this and that. But yeah, you say Hawaii,
Hmm.
warm weather. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of hard. It's kind of hard decision. I mean, not a hard decision, but it's like, yeah, uh,
Crazy.
yeah,
But of course, I think I heard that he was in discussion of retiring. So maybe he's in that transition stage where he wants to be in a place where he can relax after he does his last year or two.
yeah,
Who knows?
yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking, sort of too. He was getting to the point where, hey, look. It could have been the demand. You know what I'm saying? I can
Hmm.
do it. I want to do it. Do I really want to do it though? I'm getting to the age where I want to relax. It's
Hmm.
just I mean it could be anything, man. We can speculate all day, but yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
But that's what it is, man. Like I said
Yes.
before, don't panic. This is
No.
on the record with Uncle C and Vibe Season Sports. This is gonna be a new thing that we're doing. We're gonna have a weekly show where we're periodically going over a couple of topics that we have seen throughout the week and some topics that you guys may want to speak about as well. Who knows? We may drop the link in the near future so some of you can join, but that's in the works. Like stated
So
before, we talked about Cormani McClain and how he's a preferred walk-on. Our thoughts on that. We also discussed Dylan Edwards going to Kansas and how our running back room at Colorado is completely transformed and how it's going to look now without him. Of course, we've discussed the transfer portal, also coaches, also how the Colorado Buffaloes will do this season and how they may or may not make the playoffs, which is an ongoing discussion. But with that being said, Darren Jennings also said Pat Shurmur was Chip Kelly's offensive coordinator at Philly when they had Vic and Deshaun Jackson. Wow.
I remember that.
It's crazy because Pat Shurmur, he gets a good and a bad rap. It's almost as if people love his experience, but if you ask fans in Boulder, not in Boulder, but in Colorado in general, who are fans of the Denver Broncos, they're not
Hmm.
really a fan of Pat Shermer.
They're
Like
not sold
they
on
they have nightmares about Pat
them.
Shermer.
Hmm.
I don't know how that really transpired with the Denver Broncos, but I mean, I'm sure it wasn't too good.
Yeah, either you love them or you hate them. It's one of them
Right.
situations. Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. Results. What are his results, though? If it's track record,
I mean, I have high hopes for Pat Shermer. I have high hopes what he's
I
going to
do
do
too.
for this offense. Um, it's going to be interesting to see how the offensive line will improve this season because we all know last year that the offensive line was completely atrocious
Yep.
and almost embarrassing. Um, and that could arguably be one of the reasons why Shedeur Sanders got hurt.
Yep.
But with that being said, I do know the Colorado Buffaloes have a new offensive line coach, Phil
Oh
Loadholt.
my. Load out.
Played for the
Okay.
Vikings,
Okay.
has some experience coaching in college as well. Don't quote me, but I
Hmm.
believe Oklahoma State. I'm not
Okay.
sure, but
Okay.
he has
Okay.
hell of experience. He's already gelling with the guys. It's almost as if he's an equivalent to Warren Sapp on the defensive line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Already,
Yeah.
already getting in there, hands on with the guys that they already know his personality, what he takes, what he doesn't take, how he
Right.
communicates with the players. So it's going to be exciting to see how he does this season with the offensive line. And if the offensive line improves, who's going to get the
I
credit?
I think. Yeah. I think. Talent wise, it's just an upgrade. Period. Talent wise, man. If they don't go out there and do nothing else, their talent is an upgrade.
Hmm.
But I think they all dogs, man. So uh I like percentages again. Last year was what, about a 40% O line. This year I think we're gonna have 85, 90% O line improvement, you know what I mean? From like 40% to about 90%, 95%.
Hmm.
And then you're gonna have that one guy on the line that's gonna give it, 100% every time. But on average, yeah. And then with this new coach, Load Holt, he looks. I mean, I'm just looking at. He looks like he could be a player's coach.
Right. He knows.
Young guy, young
Yep.
guy. Yeah.
Mhm. He knows how to communicate. He's not
Yep.
old, but he's still young enough to know how to get to the players and how to get the best out of them. And you
Absolutely.
can already see that in some of the videos and how he interacts with those guys and how they've already improved and just the grit and hunger alone.
And I
So
mean, he played in the NFL and probably played at a high level. And he can tell those guys. I mean, his recent experience too. He can tell those guys this is what it is, what it takes to be in the NFL. If you're not doing this and you're not producing on this this is not going to happen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I
mhm,
mean, he's probably fresh out of the NFL, so you know some of the older guys have been out for a while. Yeah, of course, the NFL changes too. Not change like NCAA, but changes. Hey, this is what the new, uh, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? What people are looking for, what teams are looking for. This is what they look for.
mhm.
So
I mean,
I think he. Mhm.
I got high hopes for him. Um, I don't know what grade would you give this higher?
Um, being a new guy, fresh out. pretty much out of the NFL. Um, I'll say, is this his first coaching job? Do you know
No,
where did he coach before?
pretty sure he coached at Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. So yeah, I would say to answer your question, probably I say a B. I say a B. Just due to the fact that he doesn't have a whole lot of time and then they have to jail. Right now, probably about a B. It's a good solid B. B plus.
Hmm.
What do you
I
think?
would, yeah, I would say the same. About a B, definitely a B, because you really can't get much better than this after what we had last season.
Right, 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 right.
Because anything would have been better than last season.
That's what I'm
But
saying, man.
him alone being in the NFL, coaching at the college level, that's automatically a dub.
Yeah.
That's a W.
Yep. And then the guys are just talent, straight talent. I mean, skill. Yep. So those two together, I think, that's why I went from 40% to about 90%, 95. They, they're gonna make some changes. They're gonna put some guys on their butts.
Agreed. I mean, we have no choice but to improve.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They have no
There's
choice
no
but to
to
get out there,
improve.
change their attitude, be nasty, knock guys over. Like we didn't have that last year.
Yep. The guys did the best. I ain't gonna say they did the best they could do. They did good at times, but
They did what they were capable
they
of
weren't.
doing.
Yeah, they were capable of doing.
They
They
did what
reached
they were
there
capable of. They couldn't do
of doing.
anymore.
That's right. That's right.
So
And what Coach Prime do? Go in there and hey, guys that gave 80% is all they had. He went in and got guys that gonna give him 90, 95%, 100%.
right,
Yep. So yeah, B plus,
B plus.
B
I
plus, B
I agree.
plus.
I
Yeah.
agree. B plus.
Yep. So
Let's see what Darren Jennings said. Is Bentley going to be the starting linebacker? To be honest, no. I can't put it any simpler. I don't think so. I think his spot is solidified for now,
right.
but considering the guys that we brought in, Johnny Chaney Jr. from FAMU, we got another guy from Charlotte who also played at Michigan.
Mm. National championship.
Correct.
That's what I hear just then.
Forgot his name, but Charlotte played at Michigan. Nikhil something, Nikhil Webb something, Nikhil Hare something. But he's a straight up dog. He's gonna come in. He already looks like a prototypical NFL draft pick. Top of the
Okay.
first, beginning of the second.
Right. Okay. Mm.
Bentley Jr. He oh, let me see. Got Jose up and he says Bentley is trash. We got some new guys coming through. Oh, I heard that. Said Bentley is trash. I wouldn't say he so much is trash because he did start last season and he did transfer from Clemson. So
Yeah,
he was just
he
he was that prototypical guy who had the experience that we could put on the field and not
at that
make
time.
sure we didn't
Hmm.
get run over.
Right, right, right. And unfortunately, we're gonna deal with injuries this year, so we need somebody in there. Bentley, if he's there, if he doesn't hit the transfer portal, he'll be a good. If he doesn't start, he'll be a good backup, a great backup.
Nakai Hill Green. That's his name. Nakai Hill
Kyle
Green
Hill Green.
is probably gonna replace Bentley at linebacker.
Okay. Okay. Is that the Michigan guy or the Charlotte guy?
Well, last season he played at Charlotte,
Okay.
but before
Okay.
that he played at Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
He
Okay.
balled out at Michigan, but he went
Okay.
to
I see what you're
Charlotte
saying.
because I think he had ties with the coaching staff over there. So
Okay.
he went to Charlotte and balled out over there too. So
Okay. Okay.
he's already an NFL graded prospect. Like he's draft eligible. Like off rip, like people NFL stamped. He's in there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you can't really say the
Good.
same
Good.
about
Good.
Bentley. So it's safe to say that he's probably gonna replace Bentley.
Better quality player.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
6'1", 220. He's more versatile and agile and elusive than Bentley.
If he played in Michigan, that's another. That's another dog football. If you go to Michigan, you got to play. You go to Ohio, you got to play. Georgia, Alabama, you got to play.
Not only play, but you got to compete every
Yeah,
day.
you got to compete. Yeah. So, yep. Sounds like he's a dog, man.
I mean, I personally don't think Bentley's probably not going to be benched because we did have a couple guys leave from the linebacker room. I know one of my favorite guys was Kofi Taylor Barracks. He was from
Hmm.
London. He came from the NFL Academy. He transferred
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Excuse me.
So
I
I mean,
remember. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I remember him
yep.
from the early days, being on videos
Hmm. So
with
hopefully
Mister
well, Mr. Who?
Mister Bucky, Mister Bucky
Oh
videos.
man, well, don't get me started,
But yeah, shout out to Bucky if you listen.
man. Bucky's that guy. Got nothing
Yeah.
but good things to say.
Yep. Yep.
But man, BK Alaskan says NHG has Mike Tomlin on speed dial. He has mentored him since he was a kid.
Oh wow.
So Kai Hill Green has Mike Tomlin on speed dial. You know what? I did hear that. I think I watched an interview where he did say he has a good relationship with Mike Tomlin. So
Yeah. That.
he has NFL
Yeah.
ties. He has
Yeah.
NFL
Yeah.
ties to the Steelers and Michigan because you know Jim Harbaugh is over there too,
Yeah. Yeah. And
or
that's a tight.
came from there.
Yeah. And that's a that women marry fraternity football fraternity. They're
Hmm.
pretty tight, man.
Hmm.
I do know that for a fact. So
Jose says
so
he's definitely a backup. Them new guys coming through will replace him. So he's saying Bentley is going straight to the bench.
yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree with Jose. I agree. I
I mean,
agree. And
they have
they need
two.
him though, man.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately, we gonna deal with injuries, man. That's just what it is. It's part of football. I mean,
oh yeah,
I'm not putting that on. I'm knocking on wood, but
oh yeah.
hopefully we stay healthy. But you
We're
know,
gonna need the depth.
yeah, we're gonna need the depth, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So great,
See.
awesome sauce.
BK Alaskan says I think Bentley will see playing time. Once he got comfortable towards the end of the season, he looked a lot better. If you come from Clemson, do you really need to get comfortable playing on a defense for Colorado.
I would say yes for Deion Sanders. You have to. It's probably a different animal, man. Excuse me. I think it's just a different. It's just a different animal for him. Clemson was good, but we all know.
One thing to note is that their defensive coordinator last year, I think the defensive
Kelly.
schemes. Yep, Kelly, not Sean Kelly, but I always want to say Sean Kelly. I don't know why,
I know.
but I truly believe their defensive schemes last year were just too complicated. They were just way too complicated. Those guys just couldn't go out there and play football.
Hmm.
One of the first
So
things
you
I
think
saw,
just?
or
Hmm.
one of the first things I saw when Kelly came, he brought in a playbook the size of a Bible. I think it was a couple of them actually. So
Yeah. So
it's
you think they're gonna? You think they're gonna chop it chop it down some, huh? Scale it back.
they have to, because if you want to really simplify the game and have guys fly around out there and be comfortable, you can't have complicated schemes that guys can't pick up on the fly.
Hmm.
And one thing that Rob Livingston said this season was that he just wants his guys to go out there and play. He's creating terminology in their language so they can understand it better. He's trying to understand them opposed to them understanding him.
Right.
So he's creating his playbook around them.
Around the players and their skill
Right.
set, maybe. Yeah, I can
Exactly.
see that. Okay, that's a different approach. That's a totally different approach.
Right. BK Alaska, that Kelly defense was complex. It was way too complicated.
Hmm.
And that may be good for a team that's already established,
Established.
that's
Yeah.
already has that continuity. When you're bringing in players from all different types of schools and places, and you're throwing this complicated playbook at them, it's a recipe for
Yeah.
disaster.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he's not there right now.
Kelly brought the Alabama playbook, that Crimson Tide, Roll
Mhm.
Tide
Yep.
playbook.
Yep.
Was too much for the guys, man.
That's just not going to work everywhere.
Big Red 409 made a comment. I don't know if you can see it.
Yep. Right now, as far as film, Bentley is the best pass rushing linebacker group in a Kelly complex defense. That was a mouthful.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Red 409.
Pass rushing linebacker. Bentley might be better off as an outside linebacker because he's so stocky and big, and like he just has that thick upper body that he can't
Yeah.
move around like he wants to.
Yeah, maybe he was playing out of position. You ever thought about it like that?
Could be.
And like we got the comment saying that he got comfortable toward the end of the season. I'm just
Mhm.
thinking about it now. Maybe he was playing out of position. They wanted him to play a certain position.
Or a certain style.
Yeah, a certain style. And so now, hopefully, he whatever this style is now, it fits him. So I don't know what his style would have been. Look, BK Alaskan, my man. He said exactly. Yep.
Mhm. I think he's a thumper.
Oh yeah.
The,
Definitely.
the downhill between the gaps, hit the running back head on, but in coverage, touchdown,
Yeah.
tight end over the top, touchdown.
Oh man.
So I think he's a thumper. When you drop him out in coverage,
Mm-hmm.
you can't turn him around or it's going to be a touchdown. If he turns his
Right.
head, it's going to be a
It's
touchdown.
over. Yeah, they're gonna catch him. He gonna catch one.
T Boomba says it'd be the same thing like last year's team, I think.
Nah, man. Nah. There's a lot of improvements, I think.
He said no chemistry.
They gonna build it. They're gonna build. I think they're gonna build to a certain point. You know how Shador was taking his O line around, and I'm just talking overall.
Hmm.
Uh, they're gonna build, but it's still, yeah, they're still bringing in a lot of guys that need to build chemistry. I agree with it to a certain point, but they're gonna build it now, and then the rest of it they're gonna have to catch that during the season. But I think they got the core group of guys there, man. They got Shador and Shiloh and all them boys, man.
And I know well off did this they dropped a video today with all the wide receivers working out in Texas, I believe. So a lot of receivers that we didn't see in the spring game, a lot of the
Yeah,
receivers that probably had to graduate before coming, they're ready. They're there now. They're working with
yeah,
Shador. They're getting
yep.
that chemistry. They're building that continuity.
And I see that, and can I say this? Like last year, they had to build that chemistry from zero, from nothing, after the
Mm,
Louis bag.
mm,
So now I think it's some continuity this year. So that's why I said, they're gonna fast track it, but it's still, they got a lot of guys came in from the transfer portal. They're gonna learn that on the fly, during
mhm.
the game, and all that. But they're gonna build it. I think they're okay now. But they had to build from zero last year. I'll say 50% this year. I'm a percentage guy again. Uncle C. I think
Mm.
I think that they started from 50% this year. So between 50 and 100%, somewhere in there, they are gonna have some some good chemistry.
I would bump that to 60% with a 6 game win total.
Mm, I still think they're gonna win 10. They're gonna make the playoffs, man.
Six game minimum.
They're gonna win 10 games. They're gonna
You
win. I'm
think so?
sorry, I'm telling you, I think so, man. I,
Ooh,
I
from 4 to 10.
yes. Because look, they started from zero last year. They're starting from 50% this year. So if you start from 50% and you're upgrading at not every position, most positions, the quality of the player. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's
10.
that's why I say that.
But even with that, everything has to fall into place. Football is one of those games where one mishap can happen, and that's the game.
That's where we got Travis Hunter come in. That's what Travis Hunter comes in
Oh,
at.
he just gonna take away all the he just gonna take away all the
Glue,
penalties, huh?
that
He,
glue, man.
he just gonna pick up all the yellow flags, huh?
Y-
He just
Right.
gonna. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes. He's that guy. Remember, we was talking about it earlier in the podcast. Travis Hunter is the X factor. He's gonna change a few games. Third down stops, fourth down stops. He's gonna have some picks.
Hmm.
Remember, this is his his Heisman Trophy year. Hey, he's I think he's gonna turn up, man. I really believe that. And see, you're forgetting that, man. We have that guy on both sides of the ball. So he's the X factor that can change the game. Instincts.
I agree. That X factor is what changes the game. It's just
Look at
those
that.
small plays that can change the
Right.
whole trajectory of a game.
Remember TCU, that guy that interception that he snatched. That guy knew he had that touchdown. He had already rolled his eyes to the back of the end zone.
Yep.
Travis Hunter came and snatched it out of his
I
mouth.
know, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So those are the plays that I think that's gonna be needed from Travis Hunter to get to that 10-win season, which I think it's gonna happen, man. I really believe it. Yep. On both sides of the ball. On both sides of the ball. No one in the country has a player like Travis Hunter. So how many games you said they're gonna win? Six?
I said 6 minimum. but that's just me being modest.
Okay, you said 6. Okay, if they starting at 50% now, like if they upgraded all of their play, well, not all of them, a lot of players, and their O line is different now. He's not gonna get as many sacks. They upgraded the running game. They got Travis Hunter. Man, come on, 10 wins, man, 10 wins. Oh, you pulling it up?
Travis is that
They
guy,
got
man.
that's 10. That equates to 10 games. Travis Hunter can change 2 games. Yeah,
So you think this whole season or last year's season would have been totally different if you would have stayed healthy? Not stayed healthy, but if you
absolutely.
would have got hit by that guy from Colorado
Yeah,
State.
he missed what 3 4 games.
Hmm. Important
Yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. He would
Like,
he would he would have changed the game. Some of those games he would have changed. Oregon game, no, they got beat. They got
oh
beat.
yeah, oh yeah.
They would have competed a lot better. I think they would have competed, but yeah, Oregon beat their butt. I'm just saying straight up. We all know that. But that USC game was so close.
Hmm.
Travis Hunter was missing. If Travis Hunter was in that game, yeah, it would have been it would have been different. I'm telling you. They actually ran out of time. That's basically what happened.
Hmm. And I will say they didn't get beat terribly in a lot of those games. A lot of those
No,
games were super close and could have been won. It's just those minor details that could have been tweaked in order for them to be in position to win those games.
that's
And
right.
that goes down to coaching, that goes down to time management,
Yep,
penalties, uh,
yep, yep,
players being emotional.
yep.
It- just small things that could have changed the course of the game.
Yep. And that's where this year I think the guys a lot more mature. You know, um, Shador, um, uh, Travis Hunter. I mean, most of the guys that's still there. Even J5. We ain't even talked about J5, man.
Hmm.
Jimmy Horn Jr.
I'll keep my comments to myself about J5, but
Come on. Hey, let us have it, man.
nah,
What you
that
think?
yeah. I mean, J,
Y-
I'm a fan of J5. I'm a fan of J5.
J
But is
J5
he is
he can
he
make plays when he needs it, man. I mean, he done
is he
dropped some. Do it? Does he? Is he real consistent?
he's dropped a couple passes this season that are not like him
Yeah,
that we didn't see at his last school.
at University of South Florida.
Yeah, we didn't see too many drops. So it's just interesting to note that he has a couple important drop passes that he could have caught last season. And on top of that,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking that. I'm a fan.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I know, I know.
on top of that, it's like, is he really an NFL caliber wide receiver? Can you see him in the NFL playing on
He
Sundays?
has. I can see him somewhere, but he's a speed guy, man. Speed kills, man. We
But
know that. We all know that.
we didn't get to see that this season though.
Yeah, but maybe it's the way they used him, because they had what's my man number 10? Weaver.
Hmm.
Weaver showed up, you know what I mean? So
Even that was I was so disappointed that he didn't get a chance to perform at the NFL Combine. Of course, it was due to injuries.
yeah, yeah.
But it was so disappointing not to see him perform.
Who he got a free agent contract or something, didn't
Yeah, he got an undrafted free agent contract with the Arizona Cardinals.
he?
Um,
Right, that's right, that's right.
and the thing is, it's pretty crazy because who's that? Jerry Rice's son played for USC.
Right.
He didn't get
He
drafted to the
that
seventh round or sixth or
yeah.
seventh round.
And he went to Arizona, right?
No, he went to the Los Angeles Chargers, my team.
Chargers. Okay, okay, okay. Somebody else went. Who went to the Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr. went to the Cardinals, right?
Yep.
I can't. Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah. That's what I was
him
thinking about.
him and Weaver are gonna be teamed up.
Yeah. Well, Weaver is a good number two guy. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna target, Marvin Harrison
I think
Jr.
he'll be a good slot guy. Weaver will be a good
Yeah.
slot guy.
Yeah,
Um,
he's gonna work. He's gonna work. He's gonna work for that team. Trust me. But
let me see. Big Red 409. Go watch Cameron Tillman Craig interview. He said Coach Livingston got them watching the Bengals defense, and Shiloh agreed that they will play more cover one and man.
mm,
So is it safe to say that we're going to see a lot of Bengals schemes?
coverage schemes. Yeah, yeah,
We might see Adam Pac-Man Jones on the sidelines coaching them boys
yeah,
up.
yeah. Hey, the Bengals, they only a couple of years away. They lost, but they only a
Yeah,
couple of years back. They were,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they're
And
in the Super Bowl.
he has some longevity with that team. He's
Yeah,
been with them
yeah,
for 10 years, so he's had some type of influence
yeah.
in their
Yes,
success.
yes. So see, Bowman put something out there again.
Yup. He still doesn't believe, he says they're gonna win 6 games. 6 games at best. He's a little laughable about 10. But I don't think I'm laughable. I just think I'm realistic about 10. But
If
it's possible. It's
anybody,
possible.
yeah, if anybody else can do, if it's anybody else that can do it, it's Deion Sanders
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
in 10 games. If anybody can do it, if it was an average coach, yeah, I'm like, yeah,
But it's
Deion,
rough. Because if that was the case, Florida would win 10 games if it was like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Florida, I think they only won 5. Yeah, I think they were 5 and 7.
yeah. Hmm. That's gonna be interesting, but we got to talk about the playoff schedule. I mean, the playoff structure too.
Oh
And
yeah,
so sometime in the future, we'll tell because that definitely gets that's gonna that's gonna open the door for a lot of teams.
agree. That's definitely going to be a topic we can go over in some future videos. Of course,
Yes.
like everybody who's been listening, we went over a couple of topics. The first topic being Cormani McClain leaving Colorado to go to the Gators. Then we talked about Dylan Edwards, heartbreaker decision, leaving Colorado to go to Kansas. Of course, some other transfer portal updates in terms of Colorado. And, it just makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But the main phrase is don't panic because you're on the record with
Hey,
Uncle C and Pop Season Sports. So with
that's
that
right.
being said,
That's right.
we're going to go over a couple more comments tonight. We've been going on for 2 hours now, which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
I
going to go
I
over a couple
I,
more comments.
I
But go
got
ahead.
one thing. I got one
Mhm.
thing before we go there. Who's the graphics guy for us, man? I want to give a shout out. These graphics. What do you guys think, man? These graphics are
Man,
just through the roof, man. Who's that graphics guy, man?
I think Vibe Season Sports.
Oh,
I
now
think
things are sports.
that's who it. But Uncle C stamped it though.
Yeah, I'm stamping it.
Uncle C put the stamp on it though.
I'm putting a stamp on it, man.
Put the stamp on it.
Man, I love the graphics, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
that.
Yeah. Y'all hit them up in the comments, man. If y'all like these graphics, man.
Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing.
But anyway, off
You
the
gonna,
record. But anyway, back on.
you gonna keep it rolling. But Jose, he's been in the comments strong.
My
Says, bro,
man.
if
Yes,
you
he
look
has.
if you look if you look up the roster, up and down, we got a championship team for real. They will succeed with all that NFL experience.
Yes, sir.
I think it was quoted like 100 and something NFL years or something like that we had on the
Yeah.
coaching staff. Over 100 years
Yep.
of coaching experience in the NFL. No
Yep.
other college team has that. So we'll definitely see how that uh portrays this season on and off the field.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
if you can have good players, but if you don't have the coaching, then then what? But the Stanford game was Hunter's fault. They lost the game. T Boomba taking shots, ain't you? I'm the Stanford game, it was everybody's fault. Omarion Cooper gave up a 99-yard touchdown. To be honest, I'm surprised he didn't transfer earlier.
Yeah.
I knew he was going. When I seen that, when he fell and gave up a 99-yard touchdown, it wasn't
It was
90, maybe it
over.
was like 92, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It felt
but,
like
but still,
99.
yeah. After he did, I knew he was going to transfer after that. Nobody's going to let you lay that down.
Right, right.
Granted, he went back to Florida, but Florida State, but
Florida State. Okay, okay.
mhm. But it was you can't blame just one player for a loss. It's everybody's fault. From the players to the coaching staff to the personnel to the operations, everybody, the water
Everything.
boys, water,
Yeah.
everybody, medical
The
staff,
water wasn't
everybody.
cold. The water wasn't cold enough. Hey,
Yep.
you know.
It's everybody's fault. BK Alaskan. This year is going to be so different. What is Shador going to look like with time and all those weapons and a running game? I think
I agree.
I
I
think
agree,
considerably
BK.
well. I think he'll look considerably well.
The sacks are gonna cut down, man. Just think about if he had cut all his sacks in half last year.
Mm-hmm.
That equates to wins.
Right.
Get that beast O line. Oh man.
And we still got guys coming in.
And we still got guys coming in. And we got a core group. And we got our X factor. Come on, man. 10 wins is anything under 10 wins is unacceptable, man. With a running game, like BK Alaskan said, with a running game, with a running game.
I think this should have said, what is Shador going to look like if he has time and all those weapons with the running game?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't know yet.
The tour's been working out, man. I don't know if you've been watching them videos, man. They were all in Dominican Republic, and
Oh, yeah.
his
But
coach, his personal coach.
I know we're fans of the first guys that came in for the offensive line. But if we get some there's a guy that came in, Ethan Boyd, 6'7",
Mhm.
285 from Michigan. Oh, he's taking everybody's spot. It don't matter. He can pick a spot.
Yeah,
Oh, that's yours.
yeah, championship. He's bringing that championship winning atmosphere,
Offensive
attitude,
tackle.
everything.
He's either taking Jordan Seaton or let me
Whoever's the weak
see.
link, whoever the
Yup.
weak link
Or
is
that's on the
for
side.
practice. Oh yeah, spots are getting taken. Trust me.
He just gonna point. Oh, I want center. Oh, you got it.
Yep. So
Then we got Jaron Dennings. Can't wait to see Michael Welch. Man, me neither. I
I
think
know.
he has a super high ceiling. Like I said before, he came in as a freshman, already looks like a junior. a redshirt junior at that. He had a year just in the weight room, just doing
Just
squats.
soak it up. Yeah, soak up the
Yup.
culture. So yeah, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's
Kid
gonna be
has,
nice.
kid has a high ceiling.
Yes, I would agree.
But with that being said, that was the last comment. If you guys have any other thoughts or remarks to make, please leave them and drop them below. We want to thank you
Absolutely.
guys for joining tonight. And this is On the Record with Uncle C and Vibe Season Sports. Uncle C, you got anything else to chime in on? Any other topics or anything to let people know?
Just let everybody know. Tune in. We're gonna be here on Wednesdays, weekly, and we're gonna follow through through with throughout the season here, and we're gonna, like I said, try to bring in some guys, man, that we can have on the show. Uh, so stay tuned. Just stay tuned and stay consistent. I appreciate everybody's coming on and everything. So that's it.
Absolutely. You heard the man. Uncle C said it himself. Stay tuned. We're about to have some upcoming shows coming and some very special guests that may surprise you. So,
Absolutely.
like you said, just stay tuned. This has been On the Record with Uncle C and Vibe Season Sports. And that's us checking out.
Later.